Hey everyone, Jocular Claymore here, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So, last we left off, we are here in the office of Mr. Everard Clare, that man behind the desk you see. So, he seems to be like the lead union representative. We spoke with him last episode. We took 1 health damage from the chair because of how uncomfortable he was, but all in the point the game is trying to make that Everard Clare is somebody we shouldn't trust, corrupt even, and we'll just see how that goes. But he did give us a key, so I think we can exit this area now, and that is what we're going to do. If Harry can cooperate with me. I know it was somewhere here. Where are the steps? Oh dear. Wait, there we go. Okay. So we're going to come back this way. We also spoke with Easy Leo here. Real nice, friendly guy. Okay, we're gonna go back all the way here. There was a union office with a locked door, and I think we have the key to that now. So let's give that a try. No, can't go this way. Not gonna lie, sometimes the depth perception, there we go, makes it difficult to navigate. Wait, with this?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off.
Yeah, I don't think we should mess with this machine right now, so we'll come back. We don't work here after all, we're just a humble cop. Okay, this way, Did we investigate this? I don't remember, let's see. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and Potent Pilsner. Okay. I see something down here, let's see if we can make it. Yeah. So this is where we made the jump, by the way, to get our coat. Our coat was hanging right here. We made the jump. That way we didn't have to talk to the super mega racist measurehead who's guarding the gates on the other side. What's this?
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really hard here.
Wait, how hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of Potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Yeah, so apparently in our drunken stupor we had made this jump before and partied, but of course we don't remember that. Let's see. This is really sad. I must have been miserable. Looks like I had a lot of fun. I'm still not completely convinced it was me. I must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbor. Yeah, let's see what advanced scouting mission gets us.
Yes, this looks pretty advanced, alright. For now, let's just move on.
Okay, we'll move on. Alright, so we saw that. I don't know if we went there already, but I did see something. Yeah, there. Can we reach that? Or was that... I don't remember. I think we need to be at ground level. Or wait, hold on. Was this the way that we came up? Yeah, I think that's the way we came up from that shack. And there's a ladder there. Doesn't look like we can get there from here. But anyway, let's see what this is.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Okay, this is new. This might be that same René that we spoke to, one of the 2 elderly gentlemen, René and Gaston. So let's see. So this is where René works. I'm gonna look around.
If you must. But please hurry, we are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic when it comes to order.
We can take the picture or leave it. I don't think we have reason to take it, so we'll just leave it alone.
Let's get going. The entire neighborhood can see us up here.
Alright, Kim, we'll leave. Okay. Can we go down here? Nope, doesn't look like we can. Okay. So that was new. We went down here. Yeah, so let's try this door. This is the office. We already investigated everything in here that we could. The only thing left is, yeah, we investigated those file drawers already. This should be the door that we now have a key to. Yep. Alright. Here. Ah, yes. And here is Measurehead, the super mega racist I was talking about. I didn't point this out before, I don't think, but the name Measurehead is a clever name because it refers to chronology, the pseudoscience that, like, you can supposedly, you know, find the racial qualities in a person based on the shape of their skull and stuff, which is, you know, total bullshit. But anyway, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk again to Mr. Mañana, Senor Mañana, because he has at least 2 tasks that we can complete on our list. So let's see what he has to say.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Was nice enough. Labor utopia, complete shit. It was nice enough.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Everard said you have a key to a door.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He said it belonged to a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you.
He taps the side of his nose with a little wink.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
Yeah, so last episode, Everard Clare had given us a task, asked us to unlock the door of a weasel's apartment or something as a message. It's an intimidation tactic. And I'm debating if we really should do that because Everard Clare does not seem like a good guy to work with or work for. But at the same time, here they're saying it's working class solidarity, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. Alright, so our options are, I saw an opportunity and I took it, I'm a hustle grinder. I heard something about a weasel and it didn't sound like a local polar weasel, if you know what I mean. Wink. I'm not opening this door for myself, I'm opening it for all working men. I'm not really doing this for political reasons. I'm not sure. I guess I'm not doing this for political reasons just because I don't know what it's about.
Oh, so the none of the above type are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks.
And I like Mañana, so like, if he's saying it's a good thing, I don't know. But let's see.
What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
His gaze wanders off into the distance. Also, Kim doesn't seem to be objecting to all this, so we'll see where this goes. Also, keeping an eye on the clock in the bottom right, because now I think at 2100 we need to go back to that guy's apartment and investigate or knock on the door, see if he's there. So I don't want to miss that. I've been looking at that for several episodes now.
None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know about this task, this weasel person, when he'll be home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
The man takes a big sip from his flask.
He means he's not going to tell you cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard.
Okay.
Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting.
So we have some more questions we can ask. Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Your share?
Aye.
He seems pleased with himself. Wait, so now wages or pensions, or how large a share would you like? Oh, okay, economy stuff. How large a share?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
Yeah, the workers want to be part of the decision-making process. It makes sense to me.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
I also love how tongue-in-cheek the writing is, especially how it approaches these political topics of like, oh, communism is basically this outlandish thing, which I think is the point. But our options are you a communist? The boss man of VAR, what can you tell me about him? Got the picture, let me ask you about something else. Yeah, you notice how they say it's seditious talk as well, like it's traitorous to talk about this kind of stuff. Okay, well, I do want to know more about Everard, so what can you tell me about him?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail, anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world,
At least he's honest.
the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
That desk seemed lavish to me. You're right, he's very ascetic. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what ascetic means, so we'll go with this one.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
That's interesting.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Well, we might as well ask him. Are you a communist?
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
But the stuff you do aligns admirably well with the World Republic. Why not call yourself a communist? Right on, brother. You shouldn't take what's not yours. Cool, I don't have anything to add. So seeing something of value and saying, I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. Yeah, I don't agree with having something all to yourself either. So... you shouldn't take what's not yours.
Then how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. The prairie is wide enough for all of us.
Interesting. You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation.
Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
And this is my internal monologue, so I could be asking myself, maybe I am a boyadero? Doesn't sound that cool, sounds antiquated. Let's go with this one.
No,
No. I could.
no. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider, if need be. An endless torrent of time.
Torrent. Okay, so looks like we're done with those options. Another task that we need to complete is asking about the armor. Because on the body we found the boots, the sabatons, but the rest of the armor is missing, and Kuno told us that Manana might know, so let's ask about that. Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had it good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun. So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
Yeah, sure he did.
Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
Gotcha. The probe into the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up, 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots, what about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
So we have the option of finding 1 piece of it, 1 is enough. I'm ambitious, I'm gonna go find all of them. Yeah, let's try that.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied he finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanged with a very specific type of a cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example, harbors.
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Hold up, what does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Okay, looks like we're done here. And we check out our tasks. Yeah, so let's see. Open the door for Evrart. You have the key. The door's behind the greenhouse in the yard, a basement door. Get boots off victim's feet. So In order to succeed, the body has to be down, check. Autopsy has to be finished. And Kim has to be absent, he wouldn't approve. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to the processing without getting a hold of the boots. Yeah, and I saw a hint that told us that if we wanted to do stuff without Kim seeing us, is that we'd have to do it when he goes to sleep, but I don't really want to do that. And then finding all the armor pieces. This might take a while, like a long while. Alright. Next, what we can do is... yeah, we can use Kim's shortwave as well. I think we can talk to Kuno real quick. So let's go back down. I'm just having the hardest time going down these stairs. Oh my god. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. That's the thrift store. That's the racist lorry driver. Whirling rags. Oh.
The afternoon sun shimmers off the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage.
Wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed to...
Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series.
Cool.
With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression
I guess we're doing this now.
driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
Won't it roll over in the first sharp corner?
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanema effectively a mobile power plant.
Turn your attention to the motor carriage itself.
Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
That machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
I don't know shit about cars, but let's see. A fine machine.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Ever thought about switching to helium headlights?
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
If we ever get this case solved, maybe we can do it together.
Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
And means no.
Alright, let's move on. That does remind me, we can... yeah. We discover a serial number on the victim's ceramic armor boots, we can run the number. Yeah, let's try that. Might as well. Since we're here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
We'll pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
Alright, this option.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Okay, so tomorrow.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Looks like we're done with that for now. Yeah, call Alice back in a day for info on the armor. Alright, next let's talk to Kuno, just to see if there are any new options. And you can run off his sailor's mouth. Let's see, is he still here? Yeah. I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
Um, he told me you promised to stick to pigs on him. He said to thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway. He said you're now the king of the entire Genly? He says thank you.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
He looks slightly confused.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig, Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
I will remember this, Kuno.
You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, griefing the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Okay. I don't know if we have new info, but we can try. I want to discuss the body with you again.
The fuck about it?
No, we already did that.
You're testing.
Get lost.
Okay. I have more questions about the crime scene.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
The ladder. Ever climb it?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
So you would say that the ladder is unclimbable.
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
Kuno knows the ladder is unclimbable.
Gotcha. I got street savoir-faire.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Yeah, I remember, seeing that word for the first time and saying, this feels like a pejorative, this feels like a slur. And they have confirmed it so. So yeah, they're referring to Elizabeth, the gardener. She's also a union representative, it seems like. And I believe Leo told us that she went to law school, something like that. Okay, so we can ask, hold on, the gardener used to work there?
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
The gardener? She's actually not a gardener. Turns out she's a union fixer.
The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is.
You were expecting relaying this information to him to be more rewarding.
Damn
right?
it.
Telling him you found out she isn't a gardener. You know what you should do if you want to get rewarded? Drugs. Drugs are more rewarding than work. Or alcohol, if you don't want to do drugs. Alcohol is just as rewarding, but it isn't a drug. This has been going on for quite a while, hasn't it? You've been thinking about drugs and alcohol for a long time now. Juicy drugs. Tasty alcohol.
I mean, maybe you should consider weed. It's not as bad.
Seems kinda boring now, going back to... What was this about? Some yard? Yards aren't interesting. Only drugs are interesting. Drugs and alcohol. You feel sad now, but what can you do? Life has to go on. With a heavy sigh, you say...
Yeah, a few episodes back, we discovered that Harry had an addiction to speed, and we decided that we're going to stop cold turkey. So, of course, his inner electrochemistry is trying to get him to go back to drugs and alcohol. Okay, so we're done here.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I gotta ask, who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs.
It's always Kuno, never I.
Yeah.
Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Yeah, I noticed that he uses the third person. Interesting. You refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation, so you refer to yourself in the third person. Kuno, is that some kind of gang name? So you refer to yourself in third person?
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you.
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Oh
Help!
god.
Rape!
The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
I'm not even touching you.
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
You little shit.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Bang! Got fucked by the Kuno. We alright? You wanna get fucked again? Come back.
Jesus. Okay. That went horribly. Thank you, autosave.
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge?
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Whatever, let death come. I'm a Revacholian badass. Kim, looks like we got a construction code violation.
Sure, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
But Lieutenant, think about the splinters.
The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Okay, say so.
Wow. So someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
What is this, picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the least of my concerns.
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal.
Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance.
Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Wait, this will be my copper type now?
Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits.
Yeah, no need. Let's keep the announcement on standby for now. I don't really want to be regular either.
Good. Of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting now, doesn't it? I won't trouble you any further.
Anyway. Can we go here? Yep. Okay, so this should take us to... Yep, there's the greenhouse. There's a door here, and I remember there's something here.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Yeah, I guess we unlock it.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. The sound of the key turning still echoes in the yard. Hopefully no one heard. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might.
Yeah, and Everard had told us that we don't even have to go inside just to unlock the door. Actually, that reminds me. This is Renee.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Oh, we can also ask him about the rifle. Is there anything you can tell me about this rifle?
It's a Bell McGrave, 4.46 caliber, breech loading, Revachol made. Good weapon, accurate and reliable.
His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms intimately.
This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
So we can tell him that we found it in the bookshop basement. Or... can't divulge that information. I mean... why not?
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Renee, I found your guard booth.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you.
Yeah, I remember this guy hates communists.
I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Hold on, why are you on a leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
Fair enough.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
The masculine approach.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. Here's the thing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative?
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Alright, so we have several options here. Everard gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die. There's no middle ground. René is but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keep folks motivated. René should rent out his services, invest the profit, get a few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. Something either 1 or 3. I feel like at least René is going to respond with like, what? I'm not old. No, I don't need handouts, that kind of thing. Yeah, let's go to program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Well, at the same time, not all elderly can work. Everyone working together? Let's see what happens.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
Yeah, he doesn't like that. Got it, thanks.
Yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
I saw the statue of Philippe III near the roundabout.
Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king. And just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself.
A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
There's some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before.
The Carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
What was that about cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachel's finest years.
He seems to grow taller, brimming with pride about the past.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philippe III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense. He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
What was that about higher realms? Such responsibility requires a boost every now and then. Seems like an irresponsible behavior for a monarch. Drug users shouldn't even operate heavy machinery, much less rule countries.
From what I've seen of the officers of the RCM... But I don't want to get into a debate about drug policies.
Fair enough. Let's talk about something else.
Right.
I saw this. What is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? 58%? Let's give it a try.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
Oh well.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
That looks like it for now. Okay. So it looks like we have some time to talk to Evrart and then come back to the apartment where the smoker was. We gotta be there at 2100. That gives us less than 2 hours in-game time. I don't know about real life time. Up the stairs, past Manana, and now we can open this door. Go here. I think we saw that already. Composite eye of halogen lights watches you, emitting a low buzz. Okay. That's the machine we don't want to mess with right now. Did we look at this box? Or, the musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. And that's locked, okay. Here's Leo with his song, Container, Container. Alright, now let's talk to Evrart.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Yeah, thanks. I don't think my health can take it. I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
Nope.
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't.
You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door, which you did. So we're all good here.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
Reminds me of the idea of a banana republic, but in this case, pineapples.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village.
I mean, I thought
but the
so,
mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Wait, they moved the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
It reminds me, my spouse showed me a picture, like a tweet of like an Airbnb company that made the house from up with the balloons and all, except they lift the entire house on a crane, and we were just talking about how terrible idea that would be. Maybe with containers here, I don't know, I still wouldn't risk it, but anyway, container.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Is that Elizabeth?
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
You mentioned a lawyer girl?
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. and I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Cornell this time. It might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
The remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
You don't seem too worried about it.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Everard before you've even courted him properly.
He wants you to do more things for him before.
I see. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary Union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Everard, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course! It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Great.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving it to me? Take it. I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
That seems to be it for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And, of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
Social Democrat is like the mildest form of left.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
He's been hurt too much by men who aren't. I am not a man of the left. I'm a patriot. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. Good. Let's go with I'm more left than you are.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is, company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
He studies Everard.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
I wonder if we would see Kuno there.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one's gonna end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're going to build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
Okay, I'll do it.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
So that should be tomorrow morning because I believe it's currently Tuesday in the game.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
He runs his fingers through his thin hair. Any more details about the murder?
Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day. By all means, Harry. See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding. But not too much.
Alright, so, and we have a skill point, but let's see. So we have interactables, the white envelope, okay. Get 2 signatures. This is past the pawn shop. I have an idea where that is. We need to talk to Isobel and Lillian in the nameless fishing village down the coast. Once they're secured, mail the document to Everard's accountant using the mailbox on the plaza, in front of the Whirling. Okay. So let's do it. I'm still not sure that we can fully trust Everard, but I am curious to see where all this goes, which is why I'm doing this. And hopefully we still have time to do this and go to the balcony, the smoker's balcony. Is that the mailbox? So in front of the Whirling Rack, there's a plaza here, but we don't need to do that yet. Just here. Take your time. Not like you can just jump the fence or something. Scribbled between the thighs of the page 3 girl. L'origine du disco. Okay. That's the pawn shop. Have we spoken to you?
Evening, officers.
No, I don't think so. Man on waterlock.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
First things first, what are you doing here, man on the waterlock? Do you know what caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
You sound Australian.
The words daredevil driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
He thinks for a moment. Yeah, now that I remember, I don't think we can get to the fishing village anyway until the next morning when they fix the water lock. So I don't know if we'll be able to do that this episode, but let's see where this goes.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing.
Hey.
It is salty.
Yeah.
It is savory. It is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too, officer?
He turns to the lieutenant.
Why not?
The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Right, bye. Okay. The water lock, I presume?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Yeah, so we'll leave it alone. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like we can't do anything here yet. Oh, let's level up before... I keep forgetting. Okay. So... I doubt this would help, but, you know, getting some more authority might help. Especially because we're in the negative here, so yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. And then... check these. Yeah, so this we have to wait until the next morning. This will take a while. We can talk to Titus again, now that Everard supposedly called them and said to cooperate with us, so let's see how that goes. So let's talk to you.
It's you again. What is it?
You have to be nice to me. Me and Everard talked. He promised you'd cooperate. Yeah, still got terrible authority.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you.
That's misgendering, sir.
Lawman.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Very mature, guys. Everard sent word, right? Why don't you push me some more and find out? I would never tell on someone.
Yeah, I heard him. The fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, Capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys, Hardy boys. How may we assist you?
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Yeah, that's still pretty low. I want to talk about the hanging again.
Again, just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
Yeah, these aren't really gonna get us anywhere.
About fucking time.
We can try.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
First you tell me someone's been assaulted, and then you don't say who. That's bullshit. I'm the only thing keeping this, you're not helping. I need your gun. That's it? That's all I got?
Did you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent and has great results.
I don't want to do that.
You're probably right. The others are only there for filler, to make the gun thing pop.
Try the first one.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't need to know, all right? We took care of it. The law handled it, all right?
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
I guess we're both the law in here if you start to think about it.
No, asshole. You're nobody. I'm the law.
Damn.
Stop yelling about the goddamn law in my establishment! We get it. You're all the law.
Thanks,
Let's
Cart.
just all cool off. We had some questions, that's all.
Alright, I gotta take off. Ugh, that didn't go well. I wonder if we can talk to the others. Doesn't look like we can.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Squint?
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Alright. How about you, Elizabeth?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you Lizzie, Elizabeth, Miss Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
Are you the Hardy girl?
I am not.
You could be, Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Okay, bro.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Get a grip, Glenn. She went to law school.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn, they aren't.
This didn't change her opinion of you. It's not her. She's not a Hardy girl. Definitely.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
That's fair.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers. We've talked to Evrard Clare. We know who these men are. The Union's militant wing.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The world needs a financial buffer zone. Privatization zone. Love is cool. Lucky socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
I mean, with good reason, but we're trying. Alright. It looks like we have time to kill, honestly. I suppose for this task, we need to get our authority up. I don't remember if we were locked out of that option, but it seems like that's what we're gonna have to do. As for Morel, he's been on the reeds for too long. You can find him when you happen to be on the coast. Yeah, I don't think we can do that until tomorrow, when the bridge goes down. Find a way into the secret passage. Call Alice the next day. Ask around about Tattoo's possible meaning. Yeah. So it looks like we have a variety of different tasks ahead of us and killing some time at that. So I think this is a good place to end the episode. So thank you for being here with me. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Remember to save your progress, and I will see you in the next video.